March 25, 1947, coal dust Inferno. A fatal explosion occurred at Centralia Coal Company, Mine No. 5, located in Centralia, Illinois. The disaster resulted in the deaths of 111 miners and stands as one of the worst mining accidents in Illinois history. At approximately 3:26 p.m., a coal dust explosion ignited underground, spreading rapidly through the mine and leaving only 31 of the 142 workers alive. Investigations determined that the explosion was caused by the ignition of coal dust, which had accumulated in excessive quantities throughout the mine. The Centralia mine had a documented record of safety violations. Between March 1946 and March 1947, the United States Bureau of Mines issued 15 inspection reports citing major hazards. These included insufficient ventilation, inadequate stone dusting, and dangerous levels of coal dust. Inspectors repeatedly recommended the mine's closure until necessary safety measures were implemented. Miners had expressed concern about working conditions well before the incident. On March 18, 1946, United Mine Workers Local 524 sent a formal appeal to Illinois Governor Dwight H. Green. The letter requested immediate state intervention and enforcement of existing mine safety laws. Governor Green did not act on the request. The mine continued operating without implementing the recommended safety corrections. When the explosion occurred, rescue teams worked under extreme conditions to reach survivors and recover bodies. 65 miners were killed instantly by the blaster burns, while 45 died from inhalation of toxic gases known as afterdamp. Only 8 miners were rescued alive, though one later died from gas exposure. Public response was swift and severe. Labor leaders, local officials, and national media outlets condemned the lack of regulatory enforcement. John L. Lewis, then president of the United Mine Workers of America, delivered a forceful statement before Congress, accusing the federal and state governments of negligence. He described the explosion as industrial murder, resulting from regulatory failure and employer disregard for human life. President Harry S. Truman ordered an immediate federal investigation. The U.S. Department of the Interior's final report confirmed that the explosion resulted from coal dust ignition and that the Centralia Coal Company had failed to comply with basic federal and state safety standards. The report concluded that both the company and regulatory agencies had ample opportunity to prevent the disaster. The Centralia mine explosion directly influenced national mining policy. It intensified demands for stronger federal oversight and contributed to the passage of the Federal Coal Mine Safety Act of 1952. The law granted federal inspectors expanded authority to enforce safety regulations and temporarily close non-compliant mines. The Centralia disaster is a significant event in American labor and industrial history. It demonstrates the grave consequences of regulatory inaction and corporate neglect, underscoring the critical need for enforced workplace safety standards. For enthusiasts of historical ephemera, visit history-collectors.com to find collectibles that might complement your collection. You can own a piece of history,